Metal Gear Solid is an iconic franchise about what would happen if you took every hallucinogen on Earth, got paranoid, and created a conspiracy theory about why governments go to war. But who cares about that? I don't play games for the plot. Can you beat Metal Gear Solid 5 without getting hit? The rules in this run are simple. Reach the in-game credits, don't get hit. A hit, thankfully, is defined on the summary screen at the end of every mission. Every mission must have a 0 in the hits taken column for the run to count. Finally, although Metal Gear Solid is an unbelievable franchise, this run will not accurately depict the story of the game in any way. Which doesn't matter anyway, because who on earth understands the plot of this shit? The game begins with some bungalungaloos in my face, a warm welcome from my 9-year trauma nap. I name my character Scooby-Doo, and give him a pretty special birthday. Bonus points if you figure it out. I find out that the dog took away my wank hand, and I take the news about as well as you expect I would. I thought my girlfriend came to bust me out by killing all the staff, but it turns out she went through my Instagram DMs and just wanted to kill me herself. Thankfully, Kevin Bacon from Hollow Man came to my rescue at the last moment in the form of a surprise piggyback ride. Quiet gets toasted like a Subway sandwich, and her solution to extinguishing the flames was to jump out the window. What a fucking idiot. Hollow Man decides that he only helps those who help themselves, and leaves me to crawl around like a dehydrated worm. Later, a psychic twink Six's boyfriend, Ben 10's heat blast on me. He was finna go hero mode on my ass, but just like Missy Elliott, he can't stand the rain. Further in the hospital, I get the blicky, and it's time to get active. And by active, I mean fail the very first gunfight 4 times because apparently I'm fighting Annie fucking Oakley. Afterwards, Ishmael goes Max Payne bullet time, and I stand still and let enemies walk into bullets. Captain Magma comes back for revenge, so it's time to act like 50% of marriages and split. Except SpongeBob over here didn't pass his driving exam, and we take a little spill. I wake up to a chopper about to blam my shit, when a flaming whale eats it, and a flaming man on a flaming horse comes to flame my shit. Yo, am I still playing the right game? Prince Charming shows up to sweep me off my feet, and I use a shotgun to stop a hot boy because he might have superpowers, but this pump leave him slumped, you feel me? We get away, but God hates me and strikes me down with a lightning bolt. And it's at this point I wonder if it's actually worth being alive at all. We survive, and a montage shows the transformation back into solidus, liquidus, venomous, big bossiest snakeus. We head to Afghanistan for a weekend getaway, and I get my first buddy, D-Horse. This begins the first mission of the game. I put a couple guards to sleep, illegally download 50 cents in the club to my phone, and rescue Kaz. On the way to extraction, some mist appears, and the worst fucking enemies in the game show up to ruin my day. The skulls cut off every escape route, and are programmed to constantly be moving toward you. This mission is a pain in the ass, and I only passed because I booked it. There's a flashback that gives me exactly 0% more understanding of what the fuck is happening, and Kaz gets too nervous to kiss me. Coward. I train with some new recruits at Mother Base, and forget that sleep darts can't shoot through windows. I figure it out on the second attempt though, and the mission is a success. In the next mission I find Balto, but I'm allergic to dogs, so I send his ass to the moon. The Russians are trying to interfere with the election again, so I blow up their equipment to save democracy. Somehow the dog survived, so I try to put him back into orbit. Fortunately for the pup, my arms can't reach that far. Back in Afghanistan, I give a local an aggressive hug, a custom in the Middle East, and perfectly stealth my way to freeing a prisoner of war. Perfectly, that is, until someone shot me through the fucking roof of the compound. The second attempt goes in my favor, and everything goes smoothly, except for this area where I had to wait 5 minutes for these guards to pass. In the next mission, I have to rescue a man who said K-pop stands were annoying. I throw a grenade worse than Mitch Trubisky throws to open receivers, try to make a car go to sleep, and ask this guard, can you bungee jump without the bungee? The answer is no. Real talk though, this mission was one of the worst. Open areas, tons of soldiers, and a large map area to traverse. The majority of it was spent crawling snake's thick ass along the ground, waiting for soldiers to move so I could squeeze by without my ass claps alerting them. This took more than 10 attempts, and over an hour before I finally rescued the prisoner, found the rocket I was looking for, and made my way out of the base. But oh, it can't be that easy. On my way out, I get captured by Megatron and come face to face with what would happen if Thanos was a Persona 5 fan. He sends in more skulls, and I have to defeat them. The game fucks me here, however, because it starts with me directly in front of them. I have about 2 seconds to find cover or risk getting shot. This takes another 30 minutes of attempts before I finally send the Quan Chis back to Netherrealm. The next job has me eliminating 3 commanders, but I shot everybody in the vicinity instead because I needed to blow off steam from getting railed in the last mission. Everyone was so impressed with my bloodlust that they gave me an S rank. Still not satisfied, I put a sheep down out of sheer anger. Get it? Sheer. It's like how you shear sheep. You know, whatever. Not every joke's a hit, okay? I farmed some headshots to get the fall camo for my sniper, get too close to this tank, choke out the slowest reacting soldier of all time, and use the cover of Sandstorm to extract another prisoner. The next mission requires me to blow up some tanks and eliminate an op, which would have been easy, except one of the tanks was piloted by Chris Kyle because that boy couldn't miss. The mission after that was more of the same. Blow up vehicles. The only thing about this one is that you have 15 minutes to fight, and there's no required amount to finish the mission. I like to go all out though, so me and D-Horse go around and blow up every single So anyway, like I was saying, I just sat in the corner and waited until the timer ran out. While I was gone in Afghanistan, someone gave the pup growth hormone, and now I have a full-grown new buddy, D-Dog. D-Dog is immediately useful because the next mission has me fighting a sniper that turns invisible and gives you about half a Fortnite patch to find cover. All jokes aside, Quiet is a menace and had me stuck on this mission for an hour and a half. Mainly because I thought you had to stun her to keep her alive, and since I only have a pistol tranquilizer, I assume I had to win with that. After taking more L's than times Ocelot has betrayed someone, I eventually went full future misogyny mode and decided that this bitch gotta die. It turns out, even if you kill her, she doesn't die. I wasted an hour and a half for nothing. Mission success. For the next mission, D-Dog and I take a relaxing drive. Yep, that's it. Easiest mission in the game if you ask me. Just kidding, we save a traitorous scientist from ugly Thanos and escape from a super robot controlled by a kid in a gas mask who can fly. Thankfully, I have my new buddy, D-Walker. This should have been easy, except for the fact that Sahelanthropus likes to camp the helicopter like a little bitch, preventing your escape. It took me 30 minutes to figure out how to get away from this thing, and not even shooting it in the head made me feel better. For the next mission, I head to Africa to fix the people's drinking water. Turns out the problem was just the fact that it had dead people in it. I extract some more prisoners, delete an entire base of soldiers, and meet up with Ocelot to talk about jiggle physics and the weird way that she drinks. D-Quiet joins as a buddy, it's back to LimeWire for more illegal music, and I try to steal this transport truck, only to have Suicide Squad on my ass once again. This mission took the second longest to complete. Skulls are very annoying, strong, and don't take too kindly to you stealing their truck. The only way to beat them is to draw them away from the truck and go around to steal it. How long did this take me to figure out? 2 hours. Fuck this mission. Hey everybody, if you're digging the video, consider leaving a like, or maybe even subscribing maybe if you want maybe. Also follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram because I'm shameless and I'm asking very nicely. And that's it. Okay, that's it. Love you. Okay, back to the video. It's back to Soldier Extraction Simulator until I get a job from Donald Sterling asking me to kill a young AAU team before they can make it to the NBA. But Big Boss is known for being a great father figure, so I help the kids escape instead. Kaz shows off his casual racism, and I try to take on a full carload of soldiers at once. I did about as well as Queen Latifah did and set it off. Charles Xavier starts spouting off about his love for creating war crimes, and I show mercy to this jackal, a mistake I won't make twice. I go from Metal Gear Solid to PT, and find out that people are being harvested and forced to listen to K-pop. Skullface shows up and kills a man for not standing Luna, and the Human Torch is back to roast my shit. I try the water pistol, but it's about as effective as a Squirtle to a Charizard, so I settle for blowing up an entire water tower on his head. In the meantime, a rogue squadron takes over Mother Base, and I have to do the metaphorical equivalent of breaking into your own house because you forgot your keys. Several chokeouts and extractions later, I'm sent on a mission where I'm forced to shoot a bunch of children in the face, and I shoot my son because he tried colonizing Africa again. Kid Liquid didn't take too kindly to me stopping his racial warmongering, and challenges Pop Pop to a duel. Snake wins, and even continues a family tradition. Afterwards, I bang out on a rival gang, send some prisoners up to outer heaven, and put a halt to Titty McTitty's freelance dentistry. I free a father and son from the travesties of war, and roam around aimlessly in the savannah to find Waldo, who certainly beefed up his security to avoid being found. I returned to Mother Base on Father's Day, and the only gift my son had waiting for me was a warm hug and an attempt to murder me. I continue my mission to extract every single person to ever exist in the history of ever, and along the way I get sent to Hugh Hefner's mansion to extract the Playboy himself. Unfortunately for me, he has the tightest, hottest, wettest security around. Jokes aside, this part was difficult as hell. These snipers shoot like the 2018 Golden State Warriors, and they give you no time at all to dodge. The only way to beat them is to be extremely slow and careful. It only took me 3 tries to beat them, but it took me an hour to win due to how careful I had to be to not get hit. Beyond the sexy snipers and a few thousand guards, I find Hugh, and he tells me Skullface's plan to make everyone listen to K-pop until the only language left is Korean. As we head back to Mother Base, a massive sandstorm picks up and destroys the helicopter, forcing me to fight in an abandoned airfield, and what do you mean this is just the first COD Zombies map? We manage to escape, and cure everyone back at Mother Base who was infected. With a little persuasion, scientist and best father ever Huey Emmerich tells me where to find Sahelanthropus, and the stage is set for the final battle. Before I can fight Big Bot, however, I need to actually make it to Skullface himself. He and his Gundam are deep within a castle-like base that's crawling with guards, walkers, and gunships. But, using Snake's incredible stealth, I make it past the army and meet face to face with the Purple People leader himself. Rather than kill me immediately like he should have done, Skullface spends a whopping 10 minutes giving me a speech about his entire life and what made him love K-pop so much. It would have been an endearing moment, but I fucked up the mood by constantly turning my night vision goggles on and off. We reach Sahelanthropus, it activates and goes rogue, Skullface takes an entire electric tower to the dome, and the final boss fight begins. Now, Sahelanthropus is massive. We're talking at least half the size of that giant baby on Twitter. That means only rockets can damage it, and even then, the damage isn't much unless you've hit its weak point. I don't think I've ever hated a boss fight more than this one. Out of every game and every challenge run I've ever done in my entire life, maybe only 2 or 3 bosses have genuinely made me this frustrated. This thing has the dumbest moves that come out sporadically, and even once you get the pattern of those moves, there's still a chance you could get hit by random bullshit. This fight took 2 hours and 30 attempts. But on that 30th attempt, when the final shot came from the helicopter, I was free. Sahelanthropus falls, Skullface takes a few shotgun blasts to the knee, and we all learn that the real Metal Gear were the friends we made along the way. Thanks for watching. This was a new game for me, and even though I've played Metal Gear Solid before, not getting hit was a lot harder than I initially thought it was going to be. I'd like to try again with new games or new challenges, but for now I want to take challenge runs and put them on the back burner and focus on some new content. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.